Hi guys, Aussie Expat here. So, Rolex have released their teaser trailer for Watches and Wonders. So we're looking at a few new watches, a few hints at a few things. So let's take a look. So quickly, just on the actual wording of the trailer, be prepared to launch skywards as a reference to SkyDweller's 10th anniversary, our hopes, our dreams, or maybe the prices. Alright, let's get stuck into it. Okay, so first off, I'm not going to go too deep into what I speculate it might be, just what I see. So here we have a coin edge bezel and crown guards. We're talking about a professional model, one of yacht-master, submariner, or GMT Master-2. The triplock crown indicates that it could be any one of these, and the big dot in the middle represents that it's likely a precious metal piece. The color does look like a gold, whether it's ever rose or yellow, don't know. So we're going to be expecting some kind of update to something along these three models. Whether that's a new dial on one of the existing precious metal versions of either of these, or maybe a brand new metal for that piece. So as an example, yellow gold for GMT would be new, or ever rose on a submariner would be new. But worthy of note, the context in the trailer, the shot prior to this, references water, so this could still be either the yacht-master or submariner if the context means anything at all. So the next shot of a watch that we see is that of a fluted bezel. There's not enough here to go on to say more than that, so this could be either something along the DateJust, the SkyDweller, or the date potentially. Now, because it's the 10th anniversary in reference to Sky, I think there's probably going to be some action around the SkyDweller. The shot previous to this showed crystalline platinum. So just from a context perspective, they may be hinting at a platinum SkyDweller, but I wouldn't read too much more than that. This could be any of those models, and it could be as much as just an updated dial or something. Next thing we see is a little bit of an inspirational flower, and this particular shot of what looks like a diamond indice with a blue dial of some sort. So we're going to expect some sort of blue dial, probably along the lines of the DateJust line. They did have those new dials last year, so that's going to be my bet. But what we're looking at here is clearly a dial. It could appear on any watch. But the probable suspect is a DateJust. The next watch we see is something with crown guards, triplet crown, coin edge. As best as we can tell, we can see some digits there that look like a GMT bezel. And if you look very carefully, right, just as it curves off to the right there, that bezel, you can see sort of transition in color. So a bicolor bezel, this is very likely a GMT. I'm not going to speculate as to what color that is, because even in real life, sometimes it's very difficult depending on reflections. The dots here indicate obviously GMT again, but it's going to be a little bit more difficult because sometimes a white gold, and there is a white gold GMT, but sometimes a white gold will not have the big dot. I'm not entirely sure. This could be a new steel color variation. That would be very interesting. Who knows what color it is, and who knows if it displaces an existing color in the steel lineup if it is actually on steel. I think the white gold actually does need an update because of the previous year's use of the oyster bracelet on steel. It means that the white gold blue dial on oyster is just a little precarious. It's not enough differentiation. So it may be a new bezel to help differentiate white gold. But whatever we're seeing here, it's definitely some action happening on the GMT Master-2. So next watch here is very interesting. What we're seeing here does not exist. So while the crown guards indicate a professional model, the only models that have this conical bezel are the Explorer, the Milgauss, and the Air King. Now, the Explorer was updated last year, So, and there's a lot of speculation that the Milgauss and the Air King should be seeing some love. So whatever we're seeing here, whether it's a new Air King, new Milgauss, a brand new watch that perhaps displaces either of those two or displaces none, we are seeing a new watch here. Very interesting. The context shot right before this is in the clouds, so I'm going to say this more closely hints towards a new Air King. What becomes of the Milgauss, who knows, maybe it stays as is. That sounds probably likely. Discontinuing the Milgauss seems unnecessary. It's this kind of thing that Rolex do, just leave things hanging around. Well, there's my take. Hopefully I've stayed as close to the facts as possible. Didn't speculate too hard because we really honestly don't have much longer to go. There's just 2 days. I mean, even if this indicated, say, the Batman was being discontinued, there isn't that much time to act on that information. I'm really looking forward to this, and I'm sure everyone else is too. Until next time, see you around.